Hello, everybody. Today we are coloring from Whimsical Wonders Coloring Book by Julia Spiri. I actually found this book when I was going through some books trying to figure out what we were going to color today. I have provided the link, I have provided disclaimers. So I hope everybody is enjoying this. Today we have a Whimsical Wonders. This is the artist edition. I do not remember where I got the artist edition because I haven't worked in this book in a really long time. I think this might have been a Patreon book or a Kickstarter book when I bought it, but there is a version of it on Amazon for those who want it, and I put a link down and a disclaimer: I am an Amazon affiliate, so I make a small bunch of money when you click on those links, and that whatever goes into the whatever I make in the channel goes back in the channel to buy books, supplies, equipment, all to make the channel better. So that could be if I need a new set of pencils, that would help purchase that. So hence, but what I do is every 3 months I make a purchase. I make a what do you call it? A supply run. So the thing we have here is this little mermaid. Sometimes, I do not know why this happens, but this does happen from occasion. And today we have all kinds of pencils. I have my Prismas, I have my Black Widows. I even have my deli pencils. Now, these are pencils that I don't ever bring out because I can't get these again. These are like so rare. Like they do have a 24 set, but this is the 72 set back in the day. So back in the day, these are one of my favorite pencils. So keep that in mind. I also brought out these. These are the Lyra Brents. This is the 72 set. So I bought these back in the day. And if you're wondering what these two pencils are, these are blenders. So you could blend with these. I didn't even know what these were because they didn't have a color name, but someone told me they're blenders. So that's what those are. So as you can see, I have pencils from all over different places. So I'm thinking I want to make her a brunette. And this is number 156. Some of you may not be familiar with what is it called? The set, as we call it. So I keep my computer on so when we color. Sorry guys, everything. Sorry guys, we had a little bit of a delay. My computer went blue again. I do not know why it has been doing this lately. The last few streams it hasn't done it. It did it a month ago. So every once in a while you'll get something that happens and my thing goes dead and I do not know why. So I want to apologize for you guys. So what I did was I took out 3 pencils from my deli set. Now I don't ever use these, so that tells you that you're gonna get a nice new thing. And these are the deli pencils. These are like very rare. I don't use them. So I hope you guys understand that my computer went bye-bye. I don't know why it did that. Now, here's the thing about when you buy coloring books. Sometimes the artist comes out with an artist edition, which means it has slightly better paper. Now, do I recommend artist editions? Yes. If you can afford to spend a little more on books, yes. You don't have to buy artist editions. It's just meant. Now, some people will say, well, it shouldn't matter. And I'll tell you right now, paper does matter when you are coloring in a book. I used to love my swordfish sharpener, but lately I have not been loving it. It's not been working well. I have to find my graphite pencil. Maybe that'll fix it, or maybe I need to replace the blades, but I don't remember what I did with the blades. I remember when I got these. These were not. I don't think these were. What were these? Were these pricey or were they not pricey? I can't remember if these were pricey or not. But I've not been able to find the 72 set. The most I've been able to find is the 24 set somewhere. These are a really good set of pencils, so I decided to bring them out because, some of you may notice I'm streaming a lot more this month. Well, because I finally have some time off and it's Saturday, so. I love Mermaid. I didn't think I would. And what's funny is I was just going, I was looking for my Johanna Basford books, and that's what happened. So now we're going to go to live chat. I don't know why sometimes it does that. I feel terrible because I had to spend like a lot of time during the stream worried about my computer. I don't like when I have dead air on a stream, but these things happen. My mother decided to go to the cemetery. I decided to do some coloring. It's been a very eventful week, even though I'm not working during the week. I've been kind of doing that, but so where's that the hair? Not sure if that's hair or water, but I know this is hair, so. These are deli pencils. I never use them. I know that somebody said they rarely use pencils, so these are like my rarely used pencils. I don't think I need a Lyra Rembrandt because I see something that I want to do the Lyra Rembrandt for. This is called Sky Blue. It is in the Lyra Rembrandt. Now these I don't really use these because number one, they're really pricey now to restock. I don't know why they're like $4 or $5 to restock on Blix. I have a few duplicates, but I don't remember where I put them. They're kind of like those pencils where you're like, Not just putting them anyway, you know. No, skin tone will probably be Prismas and Black Widows. I wasn't expecting to find a mermaid in here. And I did do a Deborah Mula. I just haven't finished. I don't think I've posted it yet to Instagram. So. Because some of the Deborah Mula, I have a few print Deborah Mula books, but then I started, because she starts coming out with books like crazy sometimes all at once. So what I do, in that case, I started buying them digitally because it was, number one, a little bit cheaper. And number two, it saves me space on my shelf, which I'm going to need. I just love the colors on this girl. We can do, this may look simple, but it could turn out to be a really pretty piece. I wasn't expecting that we were going to do a Julia Spiri one. I'm also going to start looking for another job again because I'm going to need a lot more money. And I might want to retire soon. I might want to retire one day, and I don't have retirement savings, so I need to start thinking about that too. It's so hard to get a job. I'm not sure if that's water. I think that's water. So we're definitely not using this color for water. The Rembrandts are really pretty colors, but they're expensive. That's the one thing I will say about certain pencils. They're really, really expensive. And I'm like, now to do my Holbeins, it's costing about $3.50 a pencil when you buy them open stock. The one thing I will say about these pencils is they're really nice and smooth. So when I'm done doing a pencil, what I do is I put it on the opposite side so I know I've used it. I know, these are my rarely used pencils. I am still reading Court of Mist and Fury, and I am almost done reading Carrie. I love when I can color mermaid tails. They come in all colors and shapes too. You know, I've seen people do purple tails, red tails, blue tails. I've seen people do some amazing stuff. I love Little Mermaids. You guys can see I have the spring book. That was if like when I'm not sure what color something is. I wish I had a little. Wait a minute. I didn't get my color in heaven. Hold on. I didn't get my color in heaven. I have a color chart. So we can see what the color is. I think I have a place for it. Oh, yes. So let's see what the blue is. That would be a little too dark. Paris blue. That's a little too dark for my taste. These are the Lyra Rembrandts. They're beautiful, but they're kind of like a peacock blue. I don't see the blue here. I really want to use these because I don't ever have these in there. Because sometimes I press a little too hard. These are just way too dark of a color for me. I'm not crazy about them. They're a little too dark for me. Here's a sea green, which I love sea green. I know some of you are going to go, well, you go traditional. You know, I think Julia Spiri actually doesn't get enough credit. I'm not saying I would do something a little bit out of the box, but I'm always like trying to do people who don't get enough recognition. Julia Spiri has a lot of, oh yeah, this is a nice green. This is fighting me a little bit. Oh. These pencils are fighting me a little bit. That's okay. I really like these colors. It is so pretty. See, I don't know if this is a hand or if it's part of the tail. I really like these colors in there. But you see, my remembrance don't work with everything, so sometimes the color is just not going to work. I never understood the color like light flash because that's supposed to be skin tone, but for me that's never worked personally. I never liked doing that. So then we do skin tone and we do a skin tone on it. So now we are doing, the first thing I'm going to do is put this on us. So this is my Black Widow. This is called Casper. I love Black Widows. I think this is part of her hand. You can also do this for C2 if you want to. And I saw someone do like base their whole C with white on a Kirby picture, so I was like, oh, it made it look like really ethereal. If they were doing that. Pink. This is called Candy. It's from the Monarch set. It's number 36. And then I got a color called Fudge. Someone asked me, what pencils would I get again in an ideal world? My Prismas, my Holbeins. Money wasn't an issue. One of us. But for budget-wise pencils, I will go. and say this, I think the budget value pencils are the best pencils, budget wise, of Black Widows for skin tones and everything else. I hands down love the Black Widows. I mean, you can do so much with them. And they they blend very well with my Prismas. I would say get all the sets but if you cannot get the sets, if the sets have a thing, I would get the two skin tone sets, the Monarchs. I definitely get those sets. Just because those, but I have all the sets. That's why sometimes you may see something that's not in the normal thing. And now I want my Prismas. Yay, I want my Prismas. Person in the chat. I want my Prismas. See that? Sometimes I still have to learn the tripod. It's not exactly like my old one. The problem is I like that this one is more solid, this tripod, than the old one. So what I want to do is deco. What I want to do is a nice pink one, deco pink. Now, when you want to make the skin tone a little darker, you use a nectar color. Seashell pink. This is peach beige, which is almost as good as the nectar. This you add if you want to add a nice dark skin tone to it. I love when you can make the colors come out the way you want them to. This is Salmon Pink. Then I'll put the beige on it, the light peach on it. Now, I use the light peach more as a last color in a blender. Now, I could use my Lyra Rembrandts to blend, but see, it comes out much lighter on the screen than it actually is in person. And this is my light peach pencil. You see how little this thing is? Well, I told you how much I use the skin tone on that. When I put that in there, I did not think this Little Mermaid was going to be that complicated. Sometimes the pictures that we don't think are going to be the most complicated are the ones that are. The thing with this is that this is artist paper, so this has a thicker paper. I know, it's been a while since we've used that thing in there. So you see, I blended it and it came out a little bit darker. I see that it came out a little darker on the screen, but it's actually a little darker than what it is on the screen. Keep that in mind. So next thing we're going to have to do is figure out the color for these, but I think I'm going to make them nice red just to give a pop of color. I want to put a little bit of red. I want to make the lily pads red. I want to make these pink. I actually want to make these things pink and the flowers pink. These are my dollies. You guys probably have seen me do a lot of things with colors. This month has been really good as far as coloring, and you guys have seen that with the amount of live streams probably been reflected in that. Remember, guys, if you want to give me a super chat, give me a super chat. Well, those really help too. I do love all the colors in this set are just beautiful. I love the set, the pieces, and I don't use it. And I feel so bad that I don't really get to use this set as much as I used to use it. But I think part of the reason why I don't use it is because I know I can't replace these once they're gone. I think I once said use your supplies. You bought them to be used. Like a lot of my colors, pastels, I've started going through them, and I meant to go through the King art. And it just happens now that I'm going through that set like really fast, and I feel a little bad that I'm going through it, but then I don't feel bad in a way. It's like these are just, see, these pencils are really good. So the people who made the deli pencils, please bring these back. These are just so good. I really wish you would make them again. I understand if you can't make them again. I see my mailman has come. So to me, a lot of what I color and make and do is I might go out again later today and do another walk. A lot of you would say mermaid, but I love mermaid. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with mermaids. Who did I feature on this channel? Oh, we featured this month on the channel a whole lot of people. Hold on, let me see who I've done. We've done some mermaids in the mermaid specials. I've done Mirror Designs Inc. We did that one. Then I think we did some stuff in there, and then I've done like a lot of mermaids this month. I would say I've done about, this will make number 10 or 11, I think, for mermaid, because I did some Deborah Mueller. I did Christiana Gloria Inc., which was Mystic Art and Mirrors. I think we did that. I did a mermaid, you guys. I did Rini Singh Duak, Denny. I can't say her full name, so we call her Denny in the coloring community. I did a picture of hers. I did a new one called Color Station. I did a Deborah Mueller one, which you guys will see probably later in the week when I post it to Instagram. Yes, I do have an Instagram. So now we do the C. I really like the color in her hair and stuff like that. So pretty. So, we had a little hiccup with the thing. Let me see what number 137 looks like. I always like to know what the colors are going to look like. So, yeah, when I sometimes have this was going to be the other picture that we color. Oh, I like number 137. I think 137 wins. I love 137. So there's a cute little mermaid. Despite some having some computer issues. When you're live, things happen. I really wish it had happened before the stream started. And see, this is the thing that I like about this sharpener. It makes everything nice and sharp. Yeah, I would say I'm a straight color. I like to blend and do things like that, but I don't do like all the special effects because I think they take time. And you know what? I'm not one of these colorists who it has to do everything a certain way. Don't get me wrong. I love to color with markers, but the thing is that my mother's really sensitive to the smell of them, so that's why I don't color too often on camera with marker. Or do diamond painting that much because it's a lot of work to do the diamond painting. And if I do diamond painting, it's usually a pre-recorded video, or a video that I record in advance and do because then you guys get the benefit of that. Oh my god, that's beautiful coloring in there. I love the coloring in this thing. I saw some beautiful mermaids. So I thought that was pretty. I also have some Doria Cacrosoy. Doria Cacrosoy has some mermaids too. Who else has one? Kevin Tiao has some. Has a mermaid. Has a mermaid picture that he's selling on Etsy. There's a lot of people who do mermaids, so do not despair. And I think if you want like a book, a really nice mermaid book, one of the things that I would recommend is I know Demeter Victoria and Jade Summer have some mermaids in their catalog in some of their books too, and I think each of them has a mermaid coloring book, if I'm not mistaken. So there are a lot of people. Dawn and Matthew Davidson, I believe, have some mermaids, but more so the husband does. Now, one of the books that I would recommend that people buy if they don't have a subscription to Color in Heaven is that mermaid book, the mermaid coloring book, because it has like so many in them. I think it has close to 48 coloring books in it. Now, guys, you may not see no, for those watching the flashback, you may not see no movement for a while because my computer did a shutdown and had to restart. So that's why there's like no motion for 10 minutes on this baby. And I apologize for that. Sometimes I can control things, but there are things I cannot control. This is a deli pencil, so this does not have a name on it, except it's number 137. Someone asked me, what would I do if I ran out of my deli pencils? Well, I've been trying to get another set of these, but I cannot find another set, so when these are gone, they're gone. And someone asked me, well, what would you do with the case? You know, that's a very good question. Would I donate it? Would I keep it? We'll see. I may keep it as a storage for duplicate pencils. So I hope you guys give this, for the people who are watching this back, I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up. I really love doing tiny mermaids. I love doing big, elegant mermaids. You see on on my thing, when if you go up to over there, you guys can't really see it, but I have two mermaid pictures in my frames. Some of you may see some really pretty flowers there. I'm trying to remember where did they get the flowers from. I think those are flowers actually. Are those flowers from the? It's reflected. So this is my living room. Some of you may never have seen that. Just so you get an understanding. And these are chairs that my mother bought. I forget where she bought these, but I think she bought them from either Living Spaces or somewhere else. Well, this is really pretty. I love the color in it. All of this has come out really nice. And I left the link down below where you can purchase a version of this book. Now, this is not going to be the artist version that I have, but it's basically the same pictures, just not on the same, what is it called? Paper. Yeah, because the artist edition has thicker paper. From what I understand, the other edition on Amazon is it has a little bit of a thinner paper to it. So I hope everybody has, when you watch this back, that you enjoy it. For those watching back, the first 10 minutes of this, what happened was my computer experienced the glitch, as it's called, like a blue screen. So I do not know. It's only the second or third time this has happened. So it does have me worried a little bit, and it had to do an update. So that's why you didn't see me move for a little while on the stream. So I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do when these things happen. I do not know why it's happening to my computer. So all I can do is apologize, but I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up and happy coloring, everybody. Bye.